welcome around the world as we have 5 lights on. They touch Martin.
Look at this, top 4 then, almost nose to tail.
Why the fuck am I so unlucky?
Oh, so close.
It's race day in Budapest as we get ready for another round of Formula One action. We're not expecting too many retirements at this circuit. There are plenty of current and former drivers with flawless finish rates here. In particular, Ralf Schumacher, who made it across the line in all 10 of his Hungarian Grand Prix starts. 14 corners then for our drivers to navigate at the 2.7-mile Hungaroring today. It's 6 lefts and 8 rights around a lap here, with average speeds in the region of 120 miles per hour. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Hamilton, Russell, Lando Norris, and Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, Phoenix, Antonelli, and Gabriel Bortoleto, Albon, Sainz, Lance Stroll, and Hülkenberg, Lawson, Hadjar, Esteban Ocon, and Pierre Gasly. Behrman and Jack Doohan rounds off the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And alongside me for this afternoon's commentary, Naomi Schiff. Good afternoon, Gnomes. So we're getting close to the start of the race. What will this driver be experiencing? Big nerves? Big excitement? What?
It certainly is a time leading up to the race where drivers feel quite nervous because that adrenaline is starting to build and it gets into your mind. So you've got to stay focused, try not to distract yourself too much. But I will say that it's once the formation lap starts, at least it was for me, that was a time where the nerves started to calm down and I got really honed in and focused on the start that was coming.
The formation lap gets underway and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out. So as all the cars take their positions on the grid, the teams will be hoping their strategies pay off for them in today's race. And the question I'm asking is which teams have got it right, which ones have got it horribly wrong?
The second half of the season is about to get underway around the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go! The top 2 get a fairly even start as Phoenix at the back immediately darts to the middle on the run down to turn 1. It's Ferrari versus the McLarens as Piastri and Leclerc battle for the lead, as into turn 1, Piastri has the inside. Leclerc tries to hang it round the outside and tries to get better traction, but this time around, Piastri seems to get the better of the Ferrari and takes the lead from the 2 Ferraris behind, and behind them are Norris and Russell ahead of the 2 Red Bulls who are fighting now. Into turn 4 with Phoenix on the outside, and that might have been an illegal overtake by Phoenix and might have to give the position back. Let's see.
Investigate that back.
No investigation necessary, say the stewards. He was ahead at the apex, but went off track. I'll stand by that. But that's what the stewards think. Maybe it was the right choice to keep Phoenix in front, because he's right on the back of George Russell and might have a go on George Russell at turn 4. But no, he's not close enough. Here we go, on the straight, with DRS and the slipstream. This could be the chance for Phoenix. Descending into turn 1 and going down the inside into turn 1 and ahead of George Russell. Beautiful move, and still has DRS to extend his overtake even further out in front of Russell. Phoenix now on the back of Norris and pulls out from behind the McLaren, and Norris nudges Phoenix and forces him to go wide, but Phoenix stays in front. On the run down to turn 4, behind the 7-time world champion, wheel to wheel, and goes wide again. Just off track limits, but I think he'll keep the position.
Crazy, man.
Phoenix now on the tail on Charles Leclerc for second, but he probably is waiting for the straight to get the slipstream and DRS round the final corner, and there goes the rear wing, accelerating and gaining on the Ferrari. He is much closer. He pulls out to the right and into turn 1. He goes down the inside and goes wide. So Leclerc does the old switcheroo on Phoenix, and they exit turn 1 side by side. But Phoenix is going to brake as late as possible, and he does to keep the position. It looks like Phoenix is leading this race, but in reality, it's Piastri, nearly 3 seconds ahead of the Red Bull driver as they cross the line to start lap 9 out of 18. Phoenix now chasing Oscar Piastri, who's leading this race by 3.1 seconds. And there's a red flag, and oh no! Phoenix spins, but the red flag saved him. So he keeps second at the restart. It's all even Stevens now at the restart, with Phoenix on the front row. It's lights out, and away we go! Piastri gets a brilliant start off the line, and the two Ferraris get past Phoenix and follow Piastri into turn 1. Into turn 1, Phoenix gets sandwiched by Russell and his teammate and slightly hits Hamilton, but he manages to get better traction and free himself up to third away from that mess. So it's Piastri, Leclerc, then Phoenix with 7 laps to go. End of lap 11, and Phoenix is right on the tail of the Ferrari. Leclerc is going to be in huge trouble down the straight, but there's no DRS for 2 laps as we just restarted. And is he going to try and hang it round the outside before the straight? They go side by side down the straight. Leclerc has the inside line, so no chance for Phoenix to overtake into turn 1, but he does. What a late and brilliant move. Can he catch Oscar Piastri? Lap 13 out of 18, and look at that! Just a lap after he got past Leclerc, now on the tail of Oscar, and can he overtake? No. He has to wait for another lap. This could be the moment, as Phoenix is within DRS range, but he closes in on the exit and goes side by side with the McLaren, and ahead and into the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix. It's still not over. Piastri will have DRS on Phoenix on the next lap. We go on to the next straight, and Phoenix weaving aggressively on the main straight to break the toe. And into turn 1, Piastri goes down the inside, and Phoenix hangs it round the outside. The two who came together in Jeddah earlier in the season are now battling for the lead here, and Phoenix goes a bit wide, but re-enters the track and leads. P8 to P1. What a comeback!
Simply lovely. Come on, mate.
Leclerc has gotten past Piastri with 2 laps to go as Phoenix goes wide on the penultimate corner, and that will give Leclerc some encouragement and a smile forming under that helmet, surely. Last lap of this Grand Prix, and Phoenix goes wide at turn 1. This whole lap is critical for both of them as Leclerc closes in, but Phoenix hangs on and maintains the lead. He cannot make any more mistakes if he wants to win. Phoenix has not won consecutive races in his entire career. That stat is going to be completed here at the Hungarian Grand Prix. And he weaves across the line and wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. What a comeback for Phoenix in this race. And potentially at the end, the championship as well. Phoenix and Red Bull have taken it to the whole field, and they come away from the last few races with now Phoenix just 7 points away from his teammate. How crucial will these races be by the time we get to Abu Dhabi? At the moment, no one has the answer to Red Bull and to Phoenix.